Welcome to Exploring Foods with Smitty. So guess what we're making today? I am getting ready to make Starbucks Copycat banana nut bread. And if you're like me, every time I go to Starbucks, I have to get my coffee, but I have to get my banana bread. So let's get started. Okay, what we're going to do is start with our flour, which is 2 cups of flour. Going to empty that in. Remember, it's Copycat. So, into my flour, I'm going to add my baking soda, salt, cinnamon, which is this. And let me give you the measurements of that. That is a teaspoon of baking soda, a 4 teaspoons of salt, a 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, and 2 cups of flour. So what I'm going to do is whisk this so that it's all mixed together. Smells good already. I'm telling you, I think Starbucks has about the best banana nut bread that you can get. Okay, so that's all whisked together. So what I'm getting ready to do now is to add a medium egg to another bowl. Not the same one yet. So I'm going to put an egg in here. Can you all see that? Let's get my egg. Let's get to busting. I can never bust an egg right. Okay, so that's my egg. And to my egg, I'm going to add oil, and I'm going to whisk it until it's all whisked together. So let's see, how much oil are we using? We're using a 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. Okay, so I've got my vegetable oil, and I'm going to measure out a 1/2 cup. Let's get it open. Let's get it in there. I only need a 1/2 cup. Not quite. There we go. Now I noticed the difference in this recipe that of other banana bread I've made. Other banana breads use butter, but this one is using oil. So we're going to put our oil in with the egg. Let's get it all in there. Okay, and what we're going to do is mix until it becomes incorporated. Kind of strange, but maybe that's why their bread is so good. Okay, that looks like it's all mixed to me. How about to you? Okay, so to this, so we're going to add our dry ingredients. Well, we're going to add our wet ingredients to our dry ingredients. So let's go ahead. Let's put our dry ingredients here. Let's put in our wet ingredients. And before I get all this mixed up, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of buttermilk. Let me find my tablespoon here. And here's my buttermilk. Okay, let's go ahead and add in our 2 tablespoons of buttermilk. Okay, so that's 1. That's 2. I'm going to add 3. Another one for measure. Because buttermilk makes things so moist. So I want my bread to be really moist. But you can follow the recipe as it says. I'm going to add in my sugar. Get that all in there. And to this, I'm going to add some vanilla. And then we're going to add 3 mashed ripe bananas. Let's move this over. Now, these bananas are really ripe. Super ripe. So let's get them in there. If I can get them in there and they don't flake while I'm peeling them. There we go. There's one. Okay, let's get the other one in. There we go. These are very, 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 very ripe. Let's get this one in. And these are just regular. I got these at Whole Foods organic bananas, but you can get them anywhere. I just happened to be in there and got them from there. So what I'm going to do is dust this off real quick. And let's mash our bananas. You can use a potato masher if you'd like. You don't have to use one of these, but just get them mashed. You can also do it with a fork, just so they get mashed. There, those were so ripe until they mashed really easy. So let's get that in there. I'm just going to give this a little mix, so when I put it into the mixer, I'm not getting flour everywhere, which we know that's called flour face. Okay, I'm sorry to be making all this noise, but I gotta get it right. Okay, so let's put our beaters into the mixer. Okay, let's mix, mix, mix. Okay, I think we're pretty well mixed up here. Let's give it a stir to make sure we get all from the bottom and the middle and all that stuff. Okay, looks very well mixed. Okay, so what I'm going to add to this is nuts. You can use pecans, you can use walnuts, and I just happen to have some pecans, depending on where you're from, left over. So I'm just going to empty those in there. Yep, let's empty them in. And let's give it a stir. Now you may like more nuts in your bread than this, but this seems like a pretty good amount. So what I'm going to do is get my pan ready, and when I come back, we're going to be pouring this into our pan, and we're going to be putting it in the oven. And I'm going to be tasting, because I've eaten a lot of Starbucks banana bread, so I know what it's supposed to taste like. So we'll be back. Okay, so I've got my baking pan ready. I'm just going to give this another stir just to make sure it's all mixed up. And this is my baking pan that I'm going to be using. I'm going to pour this in. Like so. I'm going to make one loaf, which is all I need. My oven is preheating on 325. Get all that off of there. I don't want to save any nuts in here, because I love the nuts in my bread. Let's get that scraped off. It smells delicious already. I'm scraping off too good. Okay. Okay, so what I'm going to do is put this in the oven on 325. Okay, I'm going to put it in the oven at 325 for 60 to 70 minutes, or until a knife comes out clean when you insert it in the middle. So let's get going. See you when I get back. Okay, so this is our Starbucks Copycat banana bread, and it looks and smells delicious.